Vince, divine.
Yeah.
I remember him. Big guy.
Yeah.
And I think viewers of a certain age will certainly remember him. So was he a drag act? Was he a pop star? Or was he everything?
I think he was a bit of everything, to be honest with you. I got to know him, when was it? Early 80s, I think.
Did you? How?
It was strange because I was into the music, all the high energy sort of dance stuff at the time.
Were you a bit of a mover?
Well, I don't know. Some may say so, but some may not. But essentially, at the time, it was always classed as gay. It was in the gay chart.
Right. Okay.
You know,
while we're
which
talking,
never
can you
bothered
give
me.
me one of your shoes? Because this is what it's all about. This
on.
is one of Divine shoes, and we're going to tell you how Vincent got to own these, which is a remarkable story.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
And they're very expensive shoes, so we'll get on to that. Tell us a story while I examine your shoes.
Yeah. No, they're made by
Very
Maud
odd.
Frison in Paris. They're handmade.
Never heard of them, but
No.
why would I?
Yeah. And it was quite bizarre because we got to know him quite well, and I was. This is in the days before the internet.
Of course.
So, of course, we get a phone call from his manager.
But hang on, how did you get to know him?
We just started touring around all over the place and started phoning his management office and
Why?
said, where's he appearing?
Oh, I see.
Because we just thought it was great fun.
Oh,
You know,
right,
it was
okay.
just real good fun. A crowd of us used to go. I mean, we used to get a carload together and off we go. We went to Chippenham, we went to Liverpool, we went all over the place. We went to, what was the club in London? The Stringfellows. Went there.
Did you?
Yeah,
Did you?
Yeah, went everywhere to see him. And it was always good fun. And we started to get treated quite well, to be honest.
Well, like VIP.
Yeah, I
Did
suppose so. Yeah, I mean, I used to at one point. I used to pick him up from hotels and take him for radio interviews. He used to have to do
Did you?
if he was not too far away. Yeah,
You're almost like a
Yeah,
bit of a personal
yeah.
assistant. You're only a young lad then.
Yeah, I was only 18, 19 at the time, but I had a Jag at the time. And of course, he
Of
kind
course
he
you
kind
did.
of quite liked being picked up in a Jag and taken here, there, and everywhere.
Because where was he from? He's American.
He was
wasn't
American. Yeah, he's from Baltimore.
Right.
And we used to tour around with him. Every time he came over to England, it would usually be announced in the NME.
Yeah.
And we'd then phone his management company saying, where's he appearing? And they'd post us over a list. I mean, post nowadays, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Do you know, knowing you, I can just imagine all of this.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
It's
it was
great.
hilarious.
The young Vince. Come on.
Yeah. And we used to get a list posted over and we sort of look at them and go, right, we go there, and there. And then we'd phone his management company and say, right, put us down for this one, this one,
Right.
this one. And they'd come over and we were always put on the guest list. It was great.
So you would look like a proper VIP, a proper very important
kind
person.
of, yeah. I
and I bet
suppose
you
so,
loved
yeah.
that. Knowing
It
you,
was good fun. Yeah, it
you
was
would
good
have
fun.
loved that.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Okay, so you're touring around the country. What about him as a man? You got to know him.
Yeah, he was a really nice fella, and a lot of people. I mean, when he appeared on the BBC, a lot of people slated him and said, "Yeah, it was absolutely disgusting." You know, why
Because
should
of
he-
his image.
Yeah, because of his image. But
Yeah.
he underneath it. I mean, as far as he was concerned, he'd put on the clothes and then get all dragged up, and that's how he went to work. It was just a job.
He was an actor. Really.
Yeah, really, yeah. I mean, he forged his way into films, and I think, if I remember rightly, he died after shooting a film called Lust in the Dust, which was a bit of a spoof on American.
Okay, and he was only a very young guy.
Yeah,
40.
I think he was 42 when he died.
What do you know what he died of?
I think realistically, if we're all honest, it was a heart attack, and it was because he was overweight. Because
He was a big guy, wasn't he?
Yeah. I mean, he wouldn't have. I don't think that the persona would have been so outrageous if he hadn't been the size he was.
Well, of course.
you know, that, he kind of played on that.
Yes,
you know.
of course he did. And what about without the makeup on? Did
Yeah,
he
he
just
was a
blend
really
in?
nice guy. Yeah, I mean, he was
Yeah.
just a really plain guy. He did like his clothes.
Yeah.
He
Well,
was all, yeah.
I mean, these must have been very expensive.
Yeah, I think they were, to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't know anything about them at the time. I think he'd been dead about 18 months. And we spoke to his manager, who I think now runs a theatre in South Africa.
Right.
Knows Nelson Mandela very well, or used to.
Well, he used to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And he was living.
He always has a good story. This is great. Go on. Yeah.
He was living in Brighton at the time. And we spoke to him and he said, "Oh, why don't you come up for the day?" So we went up to see him.
What do you say? We? Who's we?
Oh, me and my other half.
Oh, right. Okay.
And we went up for the day, and we were sat chatting. And he said, he wanted you to have these.
As in divine. Woman.
Yeah. And I just thought curious. I'm not sure what he means. And he walked out the room and came back in with a small bag.
What were you expecting?
I didn't expect anything. I just didn't know.
Was it
didn't have a clue.
surprised that
Yeah, it was
Divine wanted
complete.
you to?
Yeah, it was complete surprise. And he gave me these shoes, and bizarrely, they fitted me perfectly. And he said, "Oh, they were handmade in Paris by Maud Frison."
Wow.
He wore them once in a film called Trouble in Mind. He played with Chris Christopherson.
Wow.
And
Who has
yeah.
recently died, actually.
Yeah, I know,
It's
yeah.
quite current,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I know,
yeah.
But
they
I
are-
hardly ever wear them. Hardly
Why
ever
are
wear
you
them.
wearing... This is at Vincent's first auction, actually. You might see or have seen, I don't know when I'm going to put these out, videos of his first auction in Bowness, AFS auction. So when you do watch them, you know that Vincent will be wearing Divine's...
Yeah.
These are crocodile, aren't they?
Yeah, they are crocodile skin.
Crocodile skin leather shoes.
I mean, they're very much of the time.
They are.
They're sort of like very petite little loafers.
Well, they are. I'm surprised they carried so much weight with Divine, to be honest. But I mean, I suppose handmade. They must have been. I mean, I don't know how much these were.
I shudder to think how much.
Several hundreds in today's terms.
Yeah.
Vincent, you never don't surprise me.
Yeah. I just picked them up and thought, "Oh, go on, I'll wear them. That'll be a change."
Fantastic.
You know.
Would you ever sell them?
It would have to be for an obscene amount of money, and to be honest with you, probably not.